quarterback position was the biggest one to address, hence why they signed him in free agency.
Taysom Hill going to throw again to Johnson. Makes a good move on a first down. Straight run, Kamara. He's in trouble in the backfield. Breaks the tackle. Kamara with a good run. Has a first down, and he's taken down at the 45. He got hit right away. Blitz coming. Carr, opposite side. Olave's got the first down. He was wide open and easily down to the 31 for Olave, and the drive continued. 10th play coming of this drive. Fake to Kamara. It's Taysom Hill running free, makes the catch, and then it's dragged down short of the first down.
See, here's the elaborate pressure. You don't know who's going to bail. You don't know who's going to rush.
Carr throwing end zone. It's Carr for the touchdown. Juwan Johnson scores.
He's going to sell like he's going to run a flat route, and then it's just a little whip. That is a big-time route there versus man coverage. D. Delaney, the safety's in coverage, and he went out of his way to make sure everyone understood just how much he brings to the table.
Trying to manage this third down against a blitz. In trouble. Gets away temporarily, but now he's taken down by a penalty. Maybe a face mask at the end of that, yeah. Ryan Brzee, the rookie, grabbed him.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 90. 15-yard penalty, first down.
The Saints had him in 3rd and 9, and they had the quarterback down, but they give it to him with the 15-yarder.
To win the NFC South when this season started because of this defense.
3rd down, Mayfield lets one go, and he's got a completion. It's caught by Palmer, the speedster. Or make that Evans. Mike Evans has his first of the day.
He's done a nice job adapting the system to fit his personnel.
Mayfield on the run, now lofting deep, but Taylor is there, and he makes the interception. Alontae Taylor had terrific coverage on Trey Palmer. He read it all the way, and he's got the pick. And now the Saints on their 3rd right tackle. Cam Irving in, Carr back. Lofting one, he's got a man, Johnson wide open, tumbling, and he held on. Oh, back in the game with a big play.
Of course, keep this drive alive, but get the ball from the shadow of your own goalpost.
Guess the shoulder's okay after the tuck and roll. That was unbelievable. Here's Kamara now. And that's a good running lane. Look, it's still going. Still going. He's got the first down. Play clock at 1. 3rd and long. Carr being chased by Vea. Looking, and now he just kind of runs out of bounds and flipped it out of bounds, but I'm not sure if he got the ball away. Receiver receptions-wise for Tampa. Here's Mayfield on a 4-man rush. Pressure up the middle, just gets rid of it. Edmonds dropped it. Wow. That's an ugly-looking series for the Bucs.
Doesn't look like he's going to pressure on this 3rd down either.
He doesn't. Carr looking around, fires, and there's a first down, and it's caught by Foster Moreau. Bucs come with the blitz. It's picked up. Carr delivers. Going back to the well to Johnson one more time, and he's got a first down.
He's redirecting his offensive line to pick it up.
Carr floats one, looking for Taysom Hill, and he comes back and gets it. He's got it. Hill, touchdown, Saints.
He gets just enough. He's got a guy bearing down on him, and Derek Carr is able to get just enough on that ball for Taysom Hill to make a downfield catch. We don't see him used in this role necessarily that often, but he is really transitioning to more of a tight end. How aggressive Dave Canales plays this.
4-man rush. Mayfield looks, can't find anyone, and now gets smoked for the sack. This New Orleans defense came to play.
Bonus.
Blitz coming. Carr in trouble. Gets rid of it. Has a completion. Has a first down. Rashid Shaheed. He's got that electric speed, and he comes through and delivers and stops the clock as well.
You just don't want to take a sack here and make this a longer field goal try.
Carr rifles one, and it's dropped. Johnson, who's had a great first half.
They did just that.
45-yard try for Groupie. It is up, and it draws right back in beautifully, and it's good. And so the Saints dominant in this first half, 17-0. Mayfield coming near side. It's White. His first catch of the day out of the backfield, and works to get back to the 20.
Do or die, it's got to live with the quarterback right now.
Four-man rush on third down. Mayfield looking, can't find anything. Runs away, now throws on the run, and he's got a completion. And it's good for a first down. It's Trey Palmer who comes down with it. So Mayfield bought the time and delivered. Finally had a little daylight to run to. They give it to Edmonds this time. Edmonds has some room. He's got a first down. Blitz is coming. Give it to White. That's a great move. First down. White. Ankle looks just fine to me. Gets a block. Now he fumbled the football. It's recovered by Demario Davis. And the Saints have it, and Davis is still on his feet. What a turn of events after a big-time run by White. Davis recovers the fumble, and New Orleans takes over. Well, still no Alvin Kamara, who is questionable return with an ankle injury. We showed him going to the locker room. So here's Carr without him. Slings it over the middle, and he's got a completion. That's Olave, who's been quiet in this game. Just his third catch of the day. But today, they're putting it all together. Blitz coming. Carr, you're going to float it out for Williams. One-handed catch. Gets a block. Jamal Williams has a first down. Good athletic play for Jamal Williams. We get a penalty as well.
Can all work together.
Third down and 9. Must stop for Tampa. Carr steps away. Going to float one to Williams, who is taken down at the 10. Well short of a first down.
Best team in the league in the red zone over the last couple weeks.
So now it's Blake Grupe for a 28-yard try. And it's perfect. His second field goal of the game. So the turnover turned into points. Make it 20-0. Saints.
Try to treat the rest of this game like an up-tempo 2-minute.
Second down. Four-man rush. Taps the ball. Throws Godwin. Finally, they get Chris Godwin the football.
I think if you're Baker, you don't need to pick up all this. I think at this point, pick up half.
Mayfield gets it out. Long way to go for White. Tries to leap over. And there's just nowhere to go. Try to get over Abram. Carr has some time, goes far side of the field, and it's Johnson who makes the catch. There's a penalty right around that reception. Blitz coming. Carr sees it, going deep, far side of the field, incomplete.
Everything on the line here. It's a pretty impressive performance.
Mayfield again gets it over to Edmonds on the run. Good throw. Edmonds uses that speed to get up right around a first down. See if he got there. Looked like he did. Onward. Mayfield. Stunt coming. Sees it. Throws, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram has it. He had the forced fumble before. He's got the interception now.
Their quarterback, if they can continue to build more days like today, they got a shot.
Third and long here. Stands in plenty of time, and that was nearly intercepted. Devin White had his hands on it.
It's exactly what the NFL hoped when they added that 7th seed in the playoffs.
Here's Mayfield. Lets it rip, and now wide open, it's Evans. Finally, they get back to Mike Evans.
Outside the numbers.
Edmonds on a little screen peg. It's a couple blocks. Edmonds, first down and more, down to the 41. And so it's 4th and 7. Mayfield pumps, delivers, and it's caught for a first down. It's Godwin. And the Bucs keep it going and stay alive here.
They've got to save every minute they can and maximize possessions.
Mayfield taking a shot, middle of the field. It's caught for the touchdown. Trey Palmer.
Hits his back foot. Just watch this route. He sticks his left foot on that post. That ball from Baker Mayfield was already in the air. Couldn't have been thrown any better. And with a little under 8 minutes to go.
20-7 here. Crowd has a little life for the first time in a while. Here's Juwan Johnson again. Why not? He's had a big game. And Johnson lunging forward for a first down. He has been just terrific. Jumbo formation here. They're going to run it to Williams, who sneaks outside. First down and more. Jamal Williams. And back-to-back big plays, and the Saints in business already in field goal range. Give it to Prentice, the fullback. There's nobody home. Surging forward, and Prentice has a first down. How about that play call?
It's the only chance Tampa Bay has at this point in the game.
Try it again. Here's Grupe from 38, and it's out. It doesn't matter. That was good from 48, 55, whatever. So the Saints extend 16-point their lead. Here's Mayfield. Back to throw, going deep, and he's got a man wide open, and he's got him. It's Palmer. And now he lost the ball. Oh my goodness. He had the catch and he lost it at the end. Here's Mayfield. Back to throw, going deep, and he's got a man wide open, and he's got him. It's Palmer. And now he lost the ball. Oh my goodness. He had the catch and he lost it at the end. Williams bouncing around up to the 16-yard line. Bucs are out of timeouts.
Combined for about 120 yards total. I mean, they're getting contributions from a lot of guys a little out of the ordinary.
So here's Baker Mayfield, last chance opportunity. Just going to dump it off and try to gain any yards they can, as Edmonds is the guy who makes the catch. You know, you could classify Taysom Hill any way you want. 2nd and 3. Here's Mayfield, just loading up, has Godwin wide open. He's got the catch, and Godwin's going to score. Not done yet.
They come alive here in the last 2 possessions. Chris Godwin, he's just running the clear out. They're trying to run Mike Evans underneath him, and Baker Mayfield just has enough time to kind of go all the way from the left, all the way. You see him, he starts left, sees Godwin come out of the backside. Pete Warner, the linebacker, number 20, he's trying to carry that over. And
Mayfield, trouble, looking to throw backhand. Godwin snagged it, and he's got it. And there is a penalty on the field.
The passer defense number 32, but there was illegal touching by the offense number 14. Offsetting foul, retry for point.
yeah, oh wow, so they must have gotten a call from upstairs. They're saying Chris Godwin stepped out of bounds. Watch here late. Tyrann Mathieu comes in along with Alontae Taylor. They both kind of hit him. You see Baker holding that left side.
So they have to do it again. They need the 2 to kind of stay alive. Mayfield stands in, delivers, and that is going to be intercepted by Adebo, and that's going to essentially do it, but he's looking to run it all the way out. Adebo taking down across the 25. No flags on the play. And the 10-point lead with 1:37 left. You have to think that'll be all she wrote. And that'll do it. Big win for the Saints as they stay alive in the playoff chase, and the Bucs will have to wait one more week. 23-13 for Dennis Allen and New Orleans.